I don't know whoever made that music, but it gets me going every Wednesday. How you fellas doing today, Kev?
Good, man. I am good. I have been deep into the BPW Fallout footage, so I'm very excited to get that episode up for everybody. Some classic matches on that bad boy, so I can't wait. It's good to have a little break to talk to you gentlemen about combat sports and, of course, a little bit of wrestling talk at some point. How about you, Connor?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. I know it was only a week away, but it felt like a long time. So I'm glad to be back and talking about all the stuff that's gone down in the UFC and BKFC and pro wrestling and everything we got to talk about. I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm excited to see what Kevin's working on because we've been there for the number 1 and number 3 of not Unchained. I always want to call them Unchained because they had the first one was Unchained, but Benchmark Pro Wrestling. So I'm eager to see what's going on in that second since we were unable to capture it ourselves. So Kevin, I'm looking forward to you dropping that, and I can fill in some of those blanks I'm missing when I was watching the third one.
Yeah, we're talking a 30-minute main event, fellas. So
really,
it's been a labor of love for me, grabbing all the promos and everything and getting it stitched together. But it's going to be awesome. And like you said, it'll fill the blanks for Cataclysm and get us geared up for November 22nd.
Yes, I'm excited for that. And in the meantime, we've got all of round 12 from Ruthless Made Promotion being dropped right now. So if you guys are a fan of boxing, go make sure to check that out on our YouTube channel here. We've got plenty of stuff for you guys to watch and look at. We talked about how we're doing. How the heck are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Just enjoying my weekend off in the middle of the week. Just to do some housework for the wife.
Honey-to-do list. Yeah.
Honey-do list, yep. But I was able to watch some great fights. We are a little bit a week behind, but we wanted to touch on UFC 320. That was a great card. Mm-hmm. Just on the prelims, I just wanted to touch on the two Bellator signees, both walking away with an L. Austin Vanderford lost by submission in the second round. So he's 1-1 in the UFC right now. And then Patchy Mix. Some say he should have won it. I think I maybe would have leaned towards him. But he still didn't look good at all. At all. What was your thoughts on that, Connor?
Nah, I agree. He looked horrible. I think he's looked so bad in both fights. Like, I thought the first fight was going to be a wake-up call. The second one was, I feel, just as bad. He was gassing out. So was his opponent, though. They were both gassing out pretty quick. So it was basically just a matter of who's going to survive and look a little better at the end to get the decision. I know some people think he should have won. I mean, even if he won, cool, there's a win, but you still looked rough. So horrible. It was bad for Patchy Mix.
It's like at this point, like the UFC is just hoping that he can pull something around. But, man, I don't know much more. Like, 1 or 2 fights, he gets another L, he's out.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with him.
Horrible. But this main card was fire. It opened up with Joe Pyfer versus Abbas, however you say his name.
Abus.
Nurmagomedov. That was exciting for however long it was. 2 rounds.
2.
It was exciting. It was Joe Pyfer. He was trying to get his range and stuff, and kind of looked like he was a little bit overwhelmed, and then almost got caught. And then he came back round 2 when he got that submission. That was I was happy. I was rooting for Joe Pyfer too.
Yeah, I was rooting for him. I was surprised to see a submission out of Joe Pyfer. You never see him take it to the ground. You never see him grapple. He's just loading up his right hand to send people to the shadow realm. So to see him actually grapple and get a submission against a guy like Abus, who's known for being more of a well-rounded guy who you would assume would be a better grappler than Joe Pyfer. So to see him go out there and get a submission, I was very impressed with it.
Yeah. I mean, UFC was too because he got performance of the night.
Nice.
Then it walked into Josh Emmett versus Zalal, which I thought Josh was gonna get that KO win in this one, but Zalal came back. Zalal got the round 1 submission.
Mm-hmm. Pretty quick too.
Very
Under
fast.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty quick, and I was not expecting that, but I was thinking some hands were gonna fly here and somebody was getting knocked out.
I think that was good for Zalal because I feel like he was flown under the radar for so long. Nobody really knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew he was. I knew he was good at what he's good at with the grappling and the submissions. So I was expecting him to come out and grapple. I didn't think it was going to be that quick and that easy over Josh Emmett, but he did it. It was very impressive, and now he's showing everybody who he is and why he's been climbing the rankings. So, like, the people that have been like, who's this guy Josh Emmett's fighting? Well, he just armbarred Josh Emmett in like 2 minutes. So he's pretty legit.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I was kind of under the radar on Zalal too.
Yep.
Yeah, I just did not see a whole lot. I remember watching one fight, and I can't remember who it was, but I remember seeing his name, remember seeing his fight, but then I was just,
This is his second stint with the UFC. He was there for a little bit, then he left, and then he came back, and now he's been on a run. Because I believe, could be wrong, but I believe he has a fight with Ilia Topuria when Ilia was making his run the UFC. I believe he lost a decision to Ilia. I could be wrong, but I believe it was a decision. Because like I said, he had a run, then he was out of the UFC, and then he came back. And now since he's been back, he's been running through everybody. But his first run, I believe, he crossed paths with Ilia Topuria.
He only had 3 fights out of the UFC before he came back.
Yeah, he wasn't gone very long.
He fought Topuria.
Yep.
All 3 rounds was a decision.
Yeah. I knew it was.
So, yeah. No longer sleeping on Zalal.
Nope.
Then it went into Yuri versus Khalil. And
I aspire to be a fighter like Yuri. You know, I mean, when you're just losing, you're just like, I guess it's time to win. You know,
it was impressive. I mean,
it was.
It was just we talked about it. I was very confident in Khalil Roundtree, and he looked incredible through round 1 and 2. I'm like, dude, this is easy work. He's going to finish the fight, and then all of a sudden, every single punch Yuri threw landed and rocked him. I was like, oh my god, dude, get out of there now! Like, it was rough.
Well, but Yuri was doing like some crazy. Yuri fights so crazy. You cannot prepare for.
You can't prepare for a guy like that.
I see he did like a jumping knee, and in midair as he's coming down, he's like, "All right, throw a punch."
Crazy.
Pops him in there.
He's like a superhero.
He is, man. Like
it's like somebody who doesn't know the combos in Mortal Kombat, just pulling off
figuring something out.
Now, granted, he's the type of fighter that he hasn't lost a fight if you take away Alex Pereira's losses since 2016. 2015 was his last time that he lost a fight.
He's only lost to Pereira
and
UFC is just Pereira. Yeah.
In the last 10 years.
That's all that's beaten him.
It's crazy to me that he's only where he's at right now, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I figured he'd be, with his resume, he'd be a little bit higher up towards maybe a contender at this point. Like, I feel like he should be getting to that point where he should be able to contend for a title. At least in the talks of it.
He did. He fought Alex Pereira.
I know, but I'm talking about now. Now that Alex is going to be gone, from what I've heard, Alex wants to move to heavyweight.
Yes.
I mean, that's been his goal this whole time. I think we talked about this in the last time of we think that Alex is probably going to move up a weight class anyway after he wins this. I think that was you, Connor, that said he's going to win it and then he's going to jump up.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think with Yuri, the thing is, if he needs Alex to move up to get a title shot, because coming off that win against Khalil, it looks good, but the guy that's the champ is a dude that's knocked you out twice. So it's hard to run that trilogy. But if he goes up, I would say he goes up, the UFC is going to make him vacate. They always do that. So Alex has to vacate the belt. Do the vacant titles on the line. Do Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Ulberg. Book that. There's your new light heavyweight champion. While Pereira goes up, fights Tom Aspinall. I think that fits perfectly because, like you said, Yuri deserves a title shot. It's just hard to justify him fighting Alex a third time.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You can't. It's hard to promote a third fight with him when he's been knocked out twice by him.
Yeah, it's hard.
There's no really rubber match there. It's just Alex is your daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But he was. I'm gonna jump over the co-main real quick. But Yuri was caught in the
Yeah.
crowd crying after Alex Pereira's win.
Because he knew there goes his title shot.
Yeah,
He was really
I'd be-
crying about. He's like,
I'd be
no,
crying too.
not again.
That's funny.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, that walks into the co-main event, Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. Went exactly how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Who beats Merab?
No one.
Marab.
Literally, if you could clone Merab, that would be the only chance of someone beating Merab.
Yeah,
I don't see anyone doing it.
I forgot. I think Joe Rogan was the one that said it. It was like the only way to beat him is if you flatline him. Like if you're going to the decision, there's no one that can outlast Merab.
No, it was crazy because we talked about how many takedowns we thought he'd attempt and get. Then the amount that he ended up getting on Corey Sandhagen was insane.
How many takedowns do you think he got? How many takedowns do you think he got? Well, first, how many do you think he attempted?
He attempted over 20.
37. He attempted 37. How many do you think he got?
I believe he got also a little over 20, wasn't it? Like 21?
Exactly 20.
Exactly 20, yep. The reason I knew this because I usually don't dabble in the sports betting as much, but there was one. It was like 12 or more takedowns from Merab was the highest I could. That was as much as I could bet was 12 or more. I was like, well, I think that's easy. Bet on that. So I won some money from Merab getting 20 takedowns. So that was great.
Nice. That's like a surefire win.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, only 12? I said, yeah, that's easy. I can do that.
After hearing he did what, 50 that one time? Yeah.
Well, I did get nervous because he wasn't at over 12 yet, and he almost knocked out Corey in the second round. I was like, all right, let's not do that right now. I need these takedowns back.
Yeah, well, I saw the UFC just booked him against Jan. I forget how to say his last name, but Jan.
It's Peter.
Our
Jan.
first name, Peter Jan.
Yeah.
For the second time. So
yeah. That one hurts. I love Peter Jan. He's probably my favorite current fighter, and I don't want to see him fight Merab again.
Well, you know which card that's going to be on UFC 323, December 6th.
Yep.
He's turning around already. I mean, this is going to be what, his fourth?
Yep, fourth this year. Fourth defense.
In a year.
Yeah. What's even more wild is on the morning of fight night, or this fight against Corey Sandhagen, he did 5 rounds of sparring.
I heard that. Yeah, Khalil Roundtree was talking about that.
Yeah,
he was
doing 5 rounds.
Yeah, like a simulated live round fight the morning of.
Yeah.
So you gotta get warmed up.
That's crazy. Yeah. He fought 10 rounds that night.
He needs to be studied. Like
he's crazy.
He has probably the best cardio conditioning of anyone ever to live. How can you do 5 rounds the morning of sparring and then go in and don't slow down a beat for another 5 rounds?
He's insane.
And then he parties until 6 a.m. that night and then goes to a wedding the next day.
Yeah, he went to Alja's wedding the next day. Dude didn't sleep at all.
He is a monster.
He is, one of a kind.
Going into the main event, exactly what we said. If he just throws, it's done. And he wasted no time. He came in there gunning. I'm glad we
all picked Alex Pereira and got that right. I was never been so happy to be wrong on a prediction. That was great.
I think Alex took the trash talk.
Oh yeah,
because
to heart.
Uncle Aya said no more Chama or something like that, and then I think Alex was like,
Yeah,
all right.
he said he's going to send him back to the tire shop that he worked
Yeah.
at. He did not like that at all.
I've been seeing pictures of him with a tire instead of a belt since he lost it. It's a tire right here for him.
That's
Shoot. But Pereira got the performance of the night as well as Yuri too.
Well, man, they give out 3 of those.
Yeah, they did.
It's like what is this, a hockey game?
Yeah.
Well,
and
that's how deep that card was.
We kind of talked about Alex and where he's going to go, but like, who do you think he's going to fight? Who do you think he's going to fight, and who do you want him to fight? Those could be 2 different answers.
So I've been looking at. I saw an interview with John Jones, Kevin's favorite fighter of all time.
Favorite fighter. I'm gonna get him a signed gloves from John Jones for Kevin, so he can put him in the background.
Dude, my favorite person, honostly. Like,
Yeah.
you'd be hard pressed to find a better person on this planet.
Wait. Yeah, I think he could have some competition with The Rock.
Oh my god.
He's way worse than The Rock. All right, now you got me out here defending The Rock. I hate it. I hate
finally.
you. You jabroni.
But John was making some good points, like wanting to fight him like for the White House card or something like that, and then that he wanted to fight Alex because it was more for his legacy, and what better not to put these 2 together who are more similar sized. Which, I mean, it makes sense. But I want to see Pereira go and try to get 3 titles in 3 different weight classes. But if he goes in there, beats John Jones, then I mean that does crazy work for his legacy already.
I think it would be bad for Alex to fight John Jones because like you said, if he loses, then he's out. He can't. It's not like he's going to have to work his way back up to try to fight for that belt. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he doesn't just get that free title shot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, free is putting it strongly, I guess, but you get that sort of automatic title shot being a current champion in the lower division. So yeah, I would assume you take a fight versus John Jones, you happen to lose it, that would go out the window, right? Unless it's some kind of Jake Paul exhibition where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree. He would have to fight, win, then go back to the belt. They just make him fight another contender, do a contender fight, and he'd have to win that to fight for the belt. It's like, what do you want, though? You want to build that legacy? Or, I mean, either way,
you build a legacy.
I would.
But what's more?
I'd rather him. I think it makes way more sense for him to fight Tom Aspinall. John Jones says get him. He's done. Get rid of John Jones. I'm over it. You did your thing. You don't want to fight Tom Aspinall. You ducked Tom Aspinall. We'll go way back. He ducked Francis Ngannou forever. As soon as Ngannou leaves, all of a sudden he's back, wants to fight for the title, whatever. Now Tom Aspinall's here. He's ducking Tom. He doesn't want to fight anyone. He knows he can beat Alex Pereira. He knows that looks cool. People like Alex Pereira, so he wants it. Pereira, like I said, he's run middleweight title. He's 2-time light heavyweight champ. If he goes up to heavyweight, it's a guaranteed title shot. There's no need to waste it and not take the title shot and fight John Jones. Fight Tom Aspinall. Become the first ever 3-division champ. Like, I think there's way more on the line than beating John Jones. I mean, yes, it would look cool. You beat John Jones, but at the same time, be a 3-division champ. There's a way better chance of getting him and Tom Aspinall set up, I feel, than getting him and John Jones set up. Just run Pereira versus Aspinall. I do personally believe that Pereira would lose both of those fights, though, if he fought Tom Aspinall or John Jones. But
I believe so. I believe Tom Aspinall, I mean, he's already said it. He's just going to grapple, go.
Yeah.
And he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's big.
I don't know how Pereira's grappling is going to hold up with a guy that can never cut down to 205.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's best for Alex to go for the belt and fight Tom. And then if he wins Tom, then he can sit there and entertain the thought of maybe fighting John Jones.
Absolutely.
If he wants to at that point. I think that's the best route for him. I don't think he should fight John Jones first and then Tom, because you may lose that opportunity to fight Tom if you can't beat John Jones.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, the white card is not going to be until July. He's too active to wait all the way
June.
until the July.
They changed it to June. It's not
June?
July.
Either
Nope.
way, it's still too far for Alex Pereira. He's too active to wait that long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
I'll tell you what,
we'll
man.
see.
No one would cheer louder than I would if Pereira would knock out John Jones. I'd be like the Just Bleed guy, you know. I'd just be just like a 20-second scream of joy.
And we'll capture it all here on Carnage Media.
Shoot. Well, that was. Let's get to the latest Fight Night Rio. We'll just cover the main card on this one. Yeah, it opened up with Ricardo Ramos versus Con Ofili, or Ofli, or however you pronounce it, Australian. Ricardo came in with he kind of attacked dude's leg. They were like in a little scramble. Looked like he had a nice like knee bar, and then Khan got out of it and took his back, and literally Ricardo stands up. He's on his back, and he's just working for like a minute straight, and eventually gets a freaking like face crank or it didn't look like he was fully under, but he got the submission for the rear naked choke. Then it went into some big boys, which I thought was going to have some leather slinging, and it did not. Guy from Portugal, Pinto, versus Denis from Brazil. Pinto came in 10-0. Denis had one loss. Can't remember. He was like 10-1 or something like that. So I thought hands were going to be flying. But that was not the case. Pinto came in with a takedown and grappled and dominated. Oh, he had a nasty 12-6 elbow on the ground too. Ooh, did you see that, Connor?
Yeah, that fight was fun. I mean, I feel like UFC or heavyweight division, the UFC is hard to get prospects. So something like that really gets people hyped up about a heavyweight. Especially him being undefeated too. So that's a good look.
Do you think that's going to be the next evolution for heavyweight? They're all going to become grapplers.
That would be hilarious.
I mean, I'm being serious. I mean,
it could work. There's a lot of guys that should do it more. Like Gelton Almeida. A lot of people hate on Almeida in heavyweight division because he grapples. Well, no one else in heavyweight does it, and he beats everybody with it. Like, I think out of all the guys at heavyweight, not talking about these super fights, if someone were to fight Tom Aspinall and give him some trouble, I could see someone like Gelton Almeida giving him trouble with his wrestling and his good grappling. So I feel like more heavyweights should forget about just being powerful and try to wrestle a little bit, do some grappling.
Just wait till you start getting those heavy wrestlers from the Olympics start getting into the UFC, because that's probably where they're going to start ending up coming from.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's already one if we want to take a little break. We'll come back to that. But he was on ground and pounded and elbow 12-6, and literally you saw just instant blood.
Uh-huh.
Them 12-6. Ooh, now they made them legal.
Those are fun.
They could change.
Watch out.
Quick.
Yo, yeah. Elbows can in general, period. Any elbow can, because they can cut.
Yeah. Then walked into Luque versus Alvarez. Alvarez from Spain. Luque,
Spaniard.
UFC vet. Fought best of best. He was getting pieced up, honestly.
It was sad to see, man.
Yeah.
Vicente Luque, he's way past his prime, and
He is. He's getting
just hard to
pieced up.
watch. I feel bad watching it because I remember what he used to be, and then seeing what he is now. It's like, man, it just hurts.
It's like you go from up and comer to a dominant force in there, and then once you get past your prime, you're starting to fall down, and you just come to this like journeyman stage.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
like,
getting beat up by the up and comers. You're like,
oh,
man,
man, the cycle of a fighter.
it's rough.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a unanimous decision. Alvarez pieced up Luque. And then they walked into the co-main, Figueiredo versus Montel Jackson, which ended up being a split decision.
Yeah.
Went for Figueiredo, which I don't necessarily agree with. What was your thoughts on that, Connor?
The fight wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I was expecting a lot more action between those two. But Figgy, I mean, when you're fighting a guy like Figueiredo, I feel like it's hard to get comfortable with what you want to do. Like Figgy's been dominated flyweight forever. He's came up. He's had some good wins and good fights at bantamweight. It's really hard to get going. And I believe rankings-wise, that was a big jump for him to fight Figueiredo, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was ranked 15th. Figgy's ranked 6th.
Yeah, that was a crazy jump.
Crazy jump. But the crazy thing for me with this fight is Montel Jackson was like 3 inches taller than him. It was like his length was stupid long.
Yeah.
He was not firing a jab. He was not using his distance.
He only threw 70 punches. He only threw 70 punches.
He did. He was in his head, man. The idea of fighting Figueiredo had him locked up.
Well, Figueiredo only threw 44 punches himself.
Yeah,
it's not like they threw a whole lot of punches.
That's what I'm saying.
For this whole
there was
fight.
No action with these guys.
For a 15-minute fight, that is
impressively bad.
Yes. Yes.
Impressively bad. Great choice of words.
Yeah. Like I said, I was not expecting, but from those two, I was expecting the complete opposite. So that was very strange and weird to watch. It was bizarre almost.
It was very weird. Yeah. But at least going into the main event,
saved
Oliveira doing what Oliveira does.
I love to see it.
Man, performance of the night. He got the submission, which was a strange game plan for Gamrot for me. He went in there trying to prove that he wasn't scared of Oliveira's ground game and goes straight for a takedown, gets manhandled for the first round, gets out, and then
goes
back to it.
I think that fight, it was when it got booked. Well, I know he came in short notice to take out for Fiziev, but I always thought that was a bad matchup for Gamrot because he was known to being a strong grappler and a strong wrestler. Well, not a lot of people are going to out-grapple Charles Oliveira. And then the last time Gamrot tried to stand and strike with somebody was Dan Hooker, and he ended up losing that fight. So you think, all right, he's got to go back to his roots of wrestling and grappling. But you're going to try to do that with Charles. Yeah. Then you're going to try to strike. Charles' striking's really good. I just felt like there was not really a hole in Charles' game for Mateus to take advantage of. So he tried to stick with what he knew, but Charles knew it better and did what he did, and that's the outcome you're going to get. I feel 9 times out of 10 with those two.
Although Charles, man, when he's standing, he stalks you.
Yeah.
When he's going, for someone that can get rocked, he is in your face stalking you.
Yeah.
All the time. Standing up, he's just walking you down, cutting you off. Just not afraid. Because if he gets, he's done it time and time again, so he's probably got confidence. Even if he does get rocked, he can go right to his grappling and get that win there.
Yeah. But, that was just a quick turnaround for him, too, after the Ilya fight. Bounced right back, act like that didn't happen, kept going. Especially
Well, I heard that he had said that he didn't want to get back in the ring after that.
Wow.
And he was getting a whole bunch of fan mail and stuff and people crying. And so that moved him to get back in the ring.
Wow.
Especially for the Rio card too.
Yeah, I guess that makes so other than that, I was like, there's no reason to turn around that quick, but I guess wanting to fight in front of his people is cool. And then I feel like coming off a knockout, Gamrot's kind of a safe fight. But then again, it was supposed to be Fiziev, who's the opposite of a safe fight if you're coming off a knockout. So that ended up working out for Charles in the end.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see him go for another try at the belt. Win or lose, you gotta love Oliveira.
Fan favorite.
Fan favorite, yeah, for sure. And then going back to them heavyweights, Zachary.
Yeah.
Talk about a wrestler coming back. Going in, a wrestler turning MMA. We got Gable Stevenson.
Yeah, where'd he make his little MMA debut there, Wade?
LFA against Braden Peterson. And he came in doing what I expected him to do. He came in, took a shot, and just dominated on the ground and just punished him. And to a minute 38, round 1, TKO by, well, I don't think they said it said ended by punches on Tapology.
TKO then.
Yeah. There's some big elbows in there too that he threw.
Yeah, there's some elbows too. So that is going to be pretty much his game plan. Is he's going to grapple you and then smother you, kind of like a Khabib type deal.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's young.
He's
25.
He's a little older than you would think.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's had that stint with the WWE.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
He
Like
lost about a year.
it shouldn't have took this long for him to get to MMA. That should have been his first outlet. He tried the WWE, he tried the NFL. I'm like, dude, go do MMA. Like that's where he should have went first. Like that most natural transition would have been that.
Then go to WWE after you're done with fighting.
Like everybody
Well,
else.
WWE kind of came in with some money in his face.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah,
I'll do
but
that.
still, you should go fighting then WWE. And personally, I just think that's the best career path.
Yeah, but somebody shows up with an armored truck full of money and says, "We want to make you the next Kurt Angle." Yeah,
So hypothetical, Zach. You're coming out of college wrestling, and someone says, "Hey, I'll give you $4 million to come over here to the WWE." What you doing? You go, nah. You know what? I'm gonna do my MMA.
Yeah.
You a damn lie.
Oh man.
Well, he, from what I've heard, he wants to make his UFC debut on the White House card. So might as well jump right on into it. That's a good segment right into it, Wade. You wanted to talk about this specifically. Did you say there's some marks from one of Kevin's other favorite fighters, Conor McGregor?
Oh, good.
Sure did. Conor is claiming that it's a signed, done deal. He's going to be on the White House card. That's where he's coming back.
Big fan of manifestation. So good for you, Connor.
Well, he finally accepted his punishment for failing to do his drug test when he was in the pool, and that is up because they gave an 18-month suspension because of it, and that is supposed to be up in like March. It starts with an M. I know that it was like March or May or something like that.
Yeah,
is when he is cleared then to be tested again. And so from what I've heard, McGregor's like, "Oh, I'm all in. I'm all in, brother. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna focus on nothing but fighting." And I'm just like, "Well, yeah, no, duh. It's because you dumped the presidency for Ireland, and now you got nothing else going for you. I mean, heck, why not? Why not try to make a couple $1 million? That's if Dana White lets you on. But Dana White
Roy's are out now too, so he can get back into the pool. Which, I mean, on his end, is probably smart to just dodge and get an 18-month rather than pop and get like a 4-year suspension.
Yeah, that's true. And who's he going to fight?
It's going to be,
what
is it, Chandler again? That's what
I'm kind of tired of hearing about those two, though. If I'm being honest with you.
Well, aren't you tired of just hearing about Connor in general? How could you not be? Like, it could be Connor and anyone, and I'd be tired of hearing about it. Dude.
I think that probably still makes the most sense because
I think so.
I mean, I personally can't stand Michael Chandler, and I don't think he's that good. I think his fight IQ is horrible. So for him to keep fighting these big fights against guys way better than him, I think is pointless. Makes him look bad. Just set up a big money fight with Conor McGregor where there's a chance he could win. So
yeah, as much as that, yeah.
He's getting old though, man. The boy's 39 years old.
Yeah. As much as I don't like the kind of stringing us along with that fight. That would be a perfect fight for a White House in the sense of they are just going to go and try to entertain. Chandler, he's got an IQ of a brick in the ring, and
So bad.
he would just swing and just make it entertaining. So that's what you want for a White House card, is to make it entertaining.
Well, if you're going to talk about entertaining, though, who's going to be your main? Like, who do you want to be your main event on this? Because, in my opinion, it needs to be an American. If this is going to be the 4th of July, the celebrating 250 years of America, there needs to be an American as your main event, not Conor McGregor, not Tom Aspinall. Sorry, but he's not American. Who do you want as your main event?
That'd be ironic if it was Tom Aspinall.
Is that why they moved it to June? Because they're like, well, shit, we actually don't have an American main eventer, so maybe let's not do 4th of July. That's gonna be real.
Yeah, I agree with DC. DC was saying, if we're going to do that, we need an American to win. Who's going to come in and win? Kev's idol, John Jones.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
Oh man.
Because right now we don't have any American champions, guys.
Nope.
There are no UFC American champions.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for the best. Maybe it's supposed to be an American that comes in. I mean, what better way to have an American come in and take the belt and win it on this card?
That would be beautiful.
Well, they don't have a ton of time to step up. So
Yeah.
hopefully someone gets real hot real quick for you, Zach.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't even think of somebody that would be like,
I know. I can't think
It's
of
like, it sounds great. Who are your potential candidates?
too bad there's nobody to throw in.
Sorry, I've got my phone call with Dana White next week, so I don't have the information for you guys right now. I apologize.
And if they did, imagine, the guy that represents America's notable great person, John Jones, would just be like, come on.
The standard bearer of American values right there.
John Jones, great. That's our representative.
I wouldn't want Jones to be the main event, but I would like him on there just so he can ensure a U.S. win.
Yeah.
Because right now
Kevin doesn't like it. Kevin's like,
I know you guys are making me out to be a traitor because I'll be the one guy, and Connor and I will be the two guys in the country going, I hope this dude just gets knocked out.
So we just got to pair him.
Someone find the button, dude. Send this dude home for good. Give him no reason to come back because that legacy is gone. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, it's hard to have him without him being the main event. You know what I mean? But
we just need him to fight another American. That way, then he can lose, and then we all win, right?
Yeah. We can't.
Let's go, dude. DC, got one more in you? Come on. Now's the chance.
DC would be perfect for this if this was during DC's time. Oh my God. He would have been the man to put here.
Oh, yeah.
Still sad he never got a win against him.
DC got way too much hate for no reason.
I know. I was gonna say he was so hated for no reason.
For no reason. He did nothing wrong ever. He was always.
He was like, if you picture a U.S. world champion, someone that's a real good role model, it was DC.
But no, everybody loved John Jones.
Come on. We can't have good role models. Come on. We got to have degenerate to like nose candy and hitting girls and crashing cars. Okay,
literally, sort of like, it's corrupt.
Oh, yeah. I remember back then when they did like, they still do it, but it was an embedded series with John Jones back when he was married and he had like the family values. They're doing that. And then after everything, they never showed him with like his family ever again.
Never ever.
Whatever.
As soon as you said family values, all I could picture was him on ESPN going, "Hey, pussy, you still there?"
Yeah. Oh man.
It's like a lot of people found out that day. They're like, wait a second, who's this guy?
It's so good.
Well,
Anyway, let's move on to the bare knuckle fighting here, Wade.
Yes, so it was hilarious. So for Conor McGregor, we're talking about the White House card. He's co-owner of BKFC.
Jeez, Kevin, you can't get away from this guy.
Dude, that's what
He's
the
everywhere.
other co-owner of BKFC is saying right now. He's like, Jesus Christ, dude, why did I do this?
The face of BKFC, Mike Perry, press conference, talking a little shit towards Conor.
Getting ragdolled by his own boss. You're a bum.
Conor just pretty much is like, you're not a world champion. You need to go get a world champion. And you got to do what I say because I'm the owner, basically. And it's like, if you don't get a win, then you're cut. Like, oh, man. But Mike Perry came in. He was facing Jeremy Stevens, the hardest hitting 145-pounder. Who the fuck is this guy? Which is kind of sad to be known as that, even though
Yeah, that's rough.
he was a pretty good fighter. Like,
Yeah, he was solid.
he had some power behind his hands. But Conor was his aura.
Yeah, literally wrong time to open your mouth around Conor McGregor was
Yeah.
that. Nobody was
Is
safe.
there ever a good time to open your mouth around Conor?
That is true.
Only if he's offering you a shot of proper 12, because otherwise you'll get punched.
Yeah,
Only if you're an old man. Only
yeah,
if
like
you're an
I'm
old man.
at the bar. That's funny.
Shoot. But Mike Perry went in and did his thing. He got his belt. It was hilarious. He the interview afterwards, and he's like, I like to take this time to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody
He did the
right in
whole
front
thing.
of Conor.
The whole thing, the whole spiel. That was great.
That was golden. But yeah, like that's an odd way to promote your face of your promotion.
Well,
Yeah.
but it gets people talking though.
It did.
You see it as negative, but at the same time, it gets a lot of people talking about it. We're talking
It
about
does.
it right now. It gets a lot of people talking about it. So it might be negative press, but any press is good press, according to Conor
Yeah,
McGregor.
it's true.
Fair.
And, you know, to Perry's credit, he did kind of piece Stevens up in this fight. Our dear friend, the official Gary.
Yes,
Gary
I saw that.
Copeland was in there.
Gary Cope.
Oh man, I mean, Stevens just got knocked down to a knee a lot of times in this fight. Like it was rough. There were a couple times where it's like he could probably call it right now, but to his credit, Stevens was not going to give up. But towards the end of that fight, he was just kind of a stationary target, it seemed. So it's great that the owner of the company spent the whole build to this fight talking shit about the guy who went out and dominated the fight, who's supposed to be the face of your company. This would all work if it ended up being Mike Perry versus Conor in a bare knuckle ring. Like that would all work very well then. Like then they could call back to all of this. But I, for one, don't really see Conor doing that unless things have gotten really bad for him. Like maybe if his financial advisor steals a bunch of his money or something, we might see something like that. But I feel like maybe he'll do one more UFC fight, but I don't know that Conor would ever risk losing in bare knuckle, which means he'll never fight in bare knuckle. So it's like, what are you tooting this guy up for?
He did it in boxing.
Yeah, but I don't think Conor's built for
And Mike Perry ain't Floyd Mayweather.
bare knuckle.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I feel like Conor, if bare knuckle was around when he was up and coming, I think that could have been his bread and butter because that's what he's good at. He's
but that ain't now. But
That's
I'm
true.
talking about the Conor that we get right now. That
well, how about this? Can we give how many lines of cocaine can we give him before he goes in there and fights?
that actually would work. Yeah, you
know what I mean? I'm just saying.
He's gonna feel like invincible.
When you see him tilt his head back and take a deep breath, that's when you put the contract in front of him. You're like, oh, this is peak right here.
Shit. Yeah, back in the day when he had that fire, I think it would have been good for him. But now,
Yeah,
He's not built for it right now.
If he's risking a loss now, it's a UFC fight, I think, right? Like, because he's one of the few guys that can demand the amount of money that your average co-main or main eventer would not be getting paid on a UFC card, right? So, and the boxing thing is done. I doubt I'd see him do that again. But that's my whole thing is like, even being a co-owner, I think it's probably the minority share. I just don't see like the cons outweigh the pros when it comes to Conor getting into a bare knuckle fight. Like it would either have to be bare knuckle's about to go out of business, so you got to fight Mike Perry to keep the lights on, or it's going to be shit. I lost my money in a Ponzi scheme. Let's get a few more fights out of here before I'm not able to do it anymore.
I agree.
Nice mic drop, dude. Like, I don't want to be associated with that take whatsoever.
Great so much. He had no more further thoughts on anything. That was great.
You just try to mic drop us and
I did.
Great timing.
I don't know what happened. Let's go. No, see ya. You're not talking anymore.
That was awesome. Timing is everything.
Let's go to everyone's favorite moment here every segment, the wrestling minute.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Our turn to drive, Connor. So I'll start with you. Crown Jewel Perth and the general Australian tour is over. What were your thoughts on the big weekend in WWE world?
I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it being early in the day for us watching it. I know I shared a little bit on how I felt about the Crown Jewel with the belts. I don't really like it in that aspect, but the matches, like I said, they're fun matches. Cena and Styles, incredible. And then obviously them doing the Cody and Seth stuff at the end. You know, it's just, like I said, I don't think the matches mean too much, but they're fun matches, and it helps the WWE get their, you know, they got to hit their spots with all the countries that they hit. So this gave Australia what they needed, and I think it was a fun show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, every time the WWE goes overseas, it just kind of puts the American fans to shame. Now, in our defense, WWE comes to that country maybe once a year, so
yeah,
it's a lot easier probably for those fans to justify paying $800 for a seat and still somehow being excited for the whole show. We're over here just depressed, you know, watching our bank accounts run into the negative, where it's like, whoa, yeah, let me sing "Burn It Down" again. But yeah, every time they come to another country, it just blows the roof off the place with the singing and all the different chants. And I do love that aspect of it. But for me, yeah, this whole thing was about Cena versus Styles. That was incredible. Like that, like to me, that encapsulates like why people like us, Connor, stick with wrestling over the years through the good and the bad, because you got like a 20-minute just homage to the last 25 years of wrestling, because it was Cena not only doing his references, doing moves of guys that he's fought before, but Styles doing the same thing. And we had like the TNA lineage, and that's been cleared to do now because the two companies work together. So like that's sort of a forbidden door, to borrow a term from the other guys. But you had all of that. And then also, like they did moments like the AJ Styles into when he catches him and does the Sister Abigail. Like that was a moment.
That was cool.
It was cool to watch them even blend their own two histories together. That I felt bad for Cody and Seth, because nothing was going to top that Cena Styles match. That should have been the main event. But you can't do that to yourself, right? You're like, well, this is supposed to be our two champions. Like this. Yeah. This can't be on the undercard.
That's why I don't like champs versus champs. I think keep them as separate as possible, because when you do that, it always makes one belt seem like it's more important than the other. But going back to Cena and Styles, I liked seeing Styles in his old TNA gear. That was cool to come out with all that little introduction at the end. It was just cool because growing up, like Cena was Mr. WWE and Styles was Mr. TNA. And growing up, I was like, those two will never cross paths. They'll never see each other. And then granted, it happened when Styles first came in, did the beat up John Cena stuff. But to actually just book it as what it is. This is Cena, who was Mr. WWE, versus AJ Styles, Mr. TNA. And to book it as that, to promote it as that, I think was just, that made it the best. It seemed like something that would never happen. And now it was literally the focal point of why that match was happening.
Yeah, it was incredible. It's sort of something we hadn't seen probably since Hogan Flair in the 80s and early 90s, when people are like, wow, if you're a WWE or F guy back then, you're like, Hogan's the GOAT. And anybody who watched the territories and, liked more of that more realistic Southern style was like, no, Ric Flair is the real world's champion. And this was our generation, at least as far as wrestling fans, anybody who's been watching since the early 2000s, that was sort of like your Hogan Flair coming together. And so, yeah, two people who really encapsulate both sides, because for the longest time after WCW, TNA was the only alternative. So if you got sick of Vince McMahon's booking at any point in time, it was time to head down to TNA and see what Jeff Jarrett and the boys had cooking. Which
is always a risk in itself to see what they had going on in TNA. There was some weird stuff that went down in TNA. Oh man.
Yeah, that TNA was for the sickos, man.
It was. It really was.
How many more matches does John Cena have?
He has 4 more appearances, so we'd say 1 to 2 matches probably.
Yeah, would be my guess.
Last match will be at a Saturday night's main event.
And then he'll probably have a match at December 13th, I believe. And then he'll probably have a match at Survivor Series, I'm assuming. So
coming to an end.
Who do you think that would be, Connor? We've seen Cena has claimed that he doesn't have any say in it. The Rock ever trying to make sure he's the baby face in any situation, even when he's supposed to be the heel. He has gone on record as to saying it won't be up to him, Triple H, or Nick Khan, but that it'll be John Cena's decision. So naturally, like the business thing to do usually is you go out on your back, right? You put over a younger guy. Unfortunately, there are guys who potentially could use the rub that have kind of already been wasted, like the Austin Theory, Solo Sikoa. It's like, well, you can't do it with those guys. So I'll throw out, to me, I think one of the best ideas would be Dominic Mysterio, because it also has the IC championship. But yeah, any other candidates you think for a Cena final 2 matches?
I like the Dominic idea. I love Dominic Mysterio. He's one of my favorites right now. And like I said, it's usually go out on your back. But I watched a video about this the other day. People were talking about like Sting in AEW. He showed that sometimes it does work to go out winning and going out to win a belt. So if you were to do him and Dom, have him beat Dom, then Cena can go out getting the one title that he never got, the Intercontinental title, which would be cool. And then belt's vacated, Dom can win it right back if you really wanted to.
Yeah, which means Triple H can do his favorite thing, which is a tournament.
Another tournament, yeah.
Tournament. First round. Check this out, guys. First round. It's going to be triple threat matches. Everybody loves a triple threat match.
A lot of luchadors in there, I'm assuming. Yeah. So, I mean, you could always do that. And then you got to think of, like, all the Cena history. Like, what guys hasn't he hit yet since he's been back? There's been the Punk stuff, the Orton stuff and stuff like that. And you got to, like, think, like, who's there still left? I would love for him to cross paths with The Miz one more time, but I don't feel like that would be the one to send him off with. As much as I like The Miz, I don't think you could send him off with The Miz. In a perfect world, I would love it to be Cena versus Edge, but I don't know the possibility of that could happen because Edge being Cope and AEW. But I know I heard a whole thing. I don't follow AEW as much because I really can't stand it. But I did see that Cope, or I'm calling him Edge, he's Edge, was talking about something with his contract, like there's a whole thing about his contract ending soon and if they're going to renew it or not. But the odds of that, like being able to leave his contract, say it ends in November, and being able to go straight back to WWE and wrestle in December, I don't know, the logistics and all the stuff behind that. But that would be a perfect world for me. It'd be Cena versus Edge would be his final one, because that was my favorite Cena feud of all time, was the stuff he did with Edge. I think Edge is one of the best heels ever, and heel Edge and babyface Cena was just perfect, meant to be. So in a perfect world, I would love Cena versus Edge one more time. Would be my dream.
I like that a lot, and I doubt, I assume that Edge is still locked up in AEW, but
Yeah,
I also have heard people mention Chris Jericho, who is rumored to be at the end of his AEW contract.
that
And
would be fun. I love Chris Jericho. That'd
if
be
you
sweet.
were going to bring him back to the WWE, that'd be one hell of a way to do it.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Another guy that brings a lot of nostalgia for a lot of folks. So that one could be cool. I think I like what you said about Dom, because it does have that option of one of the few things you can do in this day and age is have any level of unpredictability. So the idea that it's like, well, yeah, I mean, he could win. It would make sense if they would want him to cross that last championship off on his final. But you would also, the other half, you'd be like, well, it would make sense for Dom to win. He's honestly like a workhorse of the WWE.
Yeah.
A few people have more matches than him. He's at every house show damn near. Like, he went from hated Nepo baby to almost everyone's favorite wrestler over the course of 2 years.
I could not stand him when he first showed up. I was like, this is stupid. And now
he doesn't belong here. Yeah.
Now he's the man. So, I mean, I think that's a win-win if you do him and Dom. Like I said, it makes gives Dom the rub of beating John Cena. Could be the ultimate heel, beat Cena in his last match. That's awesome. Or what everybody would be cool with, Cena winning his IC title and then riding off into the sunset. And just like that, I think either way that works. If they wouldn't have already done the Cena Randy stuff, I feel like that's one of the most logical ones to end with, because that was, growing up was always Cena versus Orton for the 1,000,000th time. I feel like that was the main event of every pay-per-view when I was a kid. Those two WWE title every time. Yeah. And so it would make sense to finish it with those two, but like they already did that earlier. So like I said, perfect world, I'd love it to be Edge, but I feel like the Dom stuff would be a win-win no matter what, and probably way easier to do than trying to get Edge back in there. So
that's a good point. And my final topic for you is it's a bit of a two-parter, but speaking of difficult things to pivot or do, the Vision has been broken up with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed turning on Seth Rollins. They have Paul Heyman sticking with them. Now, this was unexpected. I think most people kind of like they had been planting the seeds. I think it was pretty obvious that a guy like Braun Breaker was never going to be the flunky forever. Yeah. But I don't think they were ready to do it 6 months into the
that was quick
to the story. And we've now found out that Seth Rollins hurt his shoulder doing a coast-to-coast headbutt at Crown Jewel in that championship match. So he has faked an injury before for storyline, and it's worth noting he did get speared and take a tsunami on Monday night. So there's some talk about the injury maybe not being as serious as people feared. So what are your thoughts on just this whole idea that they've blown this group up and now we're probably going to be headed towards, I mean, usually when that happens, the heel turns face, but I don't think they've set Seth up for that. Like, I think he's still in a heel program with Punk and potentially whoever. So what do you think they're going to do from here? How do you feel about that storyline right now?
I think it's interesting because, like, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Seth Rollins got hurt and ruined the whole storyline in his career. So that doesn't surprise me. He tends to get hurt. But like you said, he's faked the injury before. And if he's faking it, I just feel like it was kind of early to do the split up on the Vision. But at the same time, like you said, he's supposed to be in the feud with Punk for the world title. Punk just getting a more contender. So it's kind of like, what's the deal with that? My thing is with the Vision, I like the group. I was hoping I would have been cool if they legit did a carbon copy of Evolution and they would have dominated forever. Then Braun Breaker starts to be the Randy Orton, starts to rise, wins the title. Say Seth loses the belt to Punk or something. Braun's like, oh, I'll go get it back for us. He gets it back. Literally do the exact same thing. Have Braun on Bronson's shoulders. Literally, do
right.
Do the whole thing.
Have him win the Rumble, and
you can do the whole thing, and then Bronson Reed can literally be the Batista, and then eventually he can have his time where he turns, and then, like I said, it's literally make Bronson Reed the Batista, Braun Breaker's Randy Orton, Seth Rollins is Triple H, and I would just run the exact same storyline. It was great then. It's been years since they did it. It's fresh faces. Just rerun the same thing. I think that would be cool. But if Seth is really hurt, then obviously that does mean you have to pivot and do stuff differently. So I think the way that it's booked right now, I would assume it's a real injury, but I don't know. Just because I feel like that's too. I think it's too soon to split them up right now. So.
Yeah, agreed. I agree with everything you said. I think it is at least a big enough of a concern that they felt the need to give themselves this out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he's only out for a month or two, they are certain that he's going to be out for a little bit of time. I wonder if they'll have him, if he's going to be in good enough shape to just do a quick job, if they'll have somebody, that maybe would have made a little more sense to me if he could have made it to one more Raw or SmackDown and had a match with somebody and had Bronson and Braun turn on him at that point. So then he could drop the belt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not really sure how they're doing this, but maybe he'll have enough to go out there and lose one. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with that, especially right on the heels of him beating Cody and being the crown jewel champion.
Literally, supposed to be the best in the business.
Yeah, it couldn't have happened at a worse time. And it was such an unnecessary spot. I can't imagine. Like, I feel really bad for him, but like, what do you think is going to happen when you do? There's a reason that the coast to coast normally has been a drop kick, because you can still at least land on your back.
Yeah.
The safe spot. Like, you're jumping that far, you're either going to land on your face or your shoulder. Like, it just
you're gonna mess yourself up.
Seems like a really bad idea.
Especially for a guy like Seth, who has a history of breaking every couple months. That dude always something. Like, he's great. He's a good guy to run the company, like put the company on his back. But man, he gets hurt a lot, and it's really hard to keep main storylines going when you know that any second that dude could just explode at any moment and just ruin your whole storyline.
And he's maybe ruined more than just the storyline. A mutual fan favorite of ours, Connor, was rumored to be coming back for Survivor Series War Games as a part of the Vision. So our boy Theory, once again, drawing the short straw, man. This guy was about to come back. It's rumored he was going to be on a team with Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and then this Seth Rollins gets hurt, and now it's like, well, what do we do with Austin Theory? So
it's I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing, and I just want to. I hope they still figure out something with Theory. He's too good to not use. I think the only thing he was lacking a little bit was his promo. His promo seemed a little bit robotic at the beginning, but I feel like that's all he needs to work on. He's got the look, he's got the age, he can wrestle, he has everything. You just help him talk a little bit, and if you have him in a group with a guy like Paul Heyman, he doesn't really have to talk that much. You got Paul Heyman, who's one of, if not the best talkers in professional wrestling ever. So it makes sense to shove him in there.
Yeah, throw him in there with Bronson and Braun, because that's always been true too. Like, Seth is not a guy who needed Paul Heyman. There are guys who need Paul Heyman. And I think Roman Reigns early on, like, it was great. Like, now I don't think Roman needs
he don't
Paul,
need anymore.
but he did early on when he first came back. Like, that was a huge part of that push.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Austin Theory, he's a bump machine. I mean, probably top 3. I mean, he made Stone Cold Stunner look like $1 million when Stone Cold can barely move. So yeah, I think Theory is great. We need to see him come back. So fingers crossed there. But that's all that I had for the Wrestling Minute. Connor, you got anything else that you're looking forward to?
Obviously, it always seems like there's always a pay-per-view coming up. So I believe, like I said, we talked about the next one. Do they have some at the end of October, or is it just the next one going into the Survivor Series?
I think there's
always
like a
one.
main event. There's one more main event. I think it's like the first of November.
Like a little something in the middle. So I'm curious to see that. Like I said, I'm curious to see what the Seth Rollins, is it real? Is it fake? Who knows what's going on? Is he hurt? Is he not? Is Theory going to show up? Now that's in my mind, I can't wait to get my hopes up for him to not be on TV again. Can't wait for that.
Is Randy Orton going to turn on Cody Rhodes?
I know, yes.
It's going to be so good when it happens.
I need that too. Heel Randy Orton, one of the best heels ever.
I know they've been saving that punt for Cody. I just know it. They've been teasing it for a year. man. Like he is just
Forever.
not kicked anybody in the head in a long time, and when it happens, it's gonna blow the roof off the place.
I have a question for you guys, though. So back on, I think it was around early October here, someone made their pro wrestling debut, and I was wondering when you think this individual might make it, if at all, to the WWE. Stephen Borden Jr., Sting's son. Do you think he will ever make his way to the WWE?
I was just talking. My dad just brought that up the other day about he looks carbon copy of Sting.
He does, and
Just like Sting.
Sting was my favorite, so that's why I'm bringing this up.
I could see it. I don't know what Sting's still ties are with AEW, how that is, if he's still got some kind of ties there. Because if so, then that's just an easy in for him to just, be an AEW guy. But I would love for him to come into WWE. The older he gets, I'm not sure how old he is. I'm sure he's still as young as can be at this point. And then if you can get him in WWE, I would just literally book him as, hey, this is Sting's kid. Like that, don't hide it. WWE has a tendency to pretend that like history doesn't matter. Like we don't know who it is, or we didn't know that was his dad. Like, dude, push it. Like that's like they make that who he is. You could do the face paint, do all of it. Make him Surfer Sting. I would love that. The bright colors and the face paint. Run it, just do the whole thing. I think that would be great.
He is. He's wearing paint right now. Red paint.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's perfect.
He's 28 years old.
Yeah, see, he's still super young to wrestle. That's perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. I'll start by saying I think it's much more likely he winds up in AEW just because of how big of an impact Sting had there. And Tony Khan seems like the kind of guy. He's got just infinite money to spend. So I feel like he would want that, and he would do exactly what Conor is saying. Plus, both of Sting's sons actually were a part of his final matches.
That is true.
The audience has seen them before. But if the WWE does pull the trigger on that, and Conor just mentioned this, I'm kind of stealing his idea here. Steve Borden's son, Sting's son, would immediately be able to duplicate the Cody Rhodes finish the story. When you think about people who were screwed over by the WWE as far as fan favorites who did not get what the fans wanted for them when they're in WWE, Sting got it even worse than Dusty Rhodes got it. Like, he came in, everybody waited years for it. A lot of it's not necessarily his fault. I mean, Seth Rollins did buckle bomb him half to death and force him into an early retirement. But still, it was one of the biggest disappointments, I think, for WWE fans of all time, that Sting was one of those dudes who had that Time Warner contract where it made way more sense for him to stay at home and get paid until his contract was out. He was not going to accept a buyout. So fans waited years for it, and it was so unfulfilling that if you bring his son back, he can really just do echoes of the belt they took from my daddy at the Garden. He doesn't have that exact thing, but he's got like, I'm here to earn what my father deserved kind of thing. And fans would get behind that immediately. And especially after Dom has kind of taken all those arrows. We've already dealt with the, oh, boo, this Nepo baby. There's already been Charlotte Flair. There's already been Dirty Dom. Yeah. I think he would be avoiding some of that early hate that a lot of the other second generation folks get.
I like that.
Okay. Well, since we're done with the wrestling minute, I did have a special request to say something from Clayton. And he says, they say good always triumphs over evil. That was the case as the BGSU Falcons led the Punch the Cat. Led by Punch the Cat. Came back from a 21-0 deficit to upset the Toledo Rockets. Eddie George is now the official owner of the Glass Bowl and will be receiving the key to the stadium Thursday morning. Go Falcons.
That's directed at Kev.
I got nothing, man. I knew that was coming. As soon as you said we had a message from Clayton, I was like, oh, man.
That's great.
Dang. Yep, you win this round, sir. Salute to you.
Shoot. Eddie George strikes again.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's the last time I buy an overpriced burger from that guy.
Shoot. Well, boys, another good Wednesday in the books here at Carnage Unleashed on Carnage Media. And the upcoming shows that we've got isn't until November, guys, at least for us. Connor, you've got something coming up October 25th. You want to tell them a little bit about what's going on there?
Absolutely. October 25th, Salina, Ohio at the Shipyard. Ego Fight Series is back. I will be there. Personally, you'll hear my voice throughout the whole show. I'll be on commentary. It'll be me. It'll be my dad. It'll be my good friend and teammate and BCM Promotions Bantamweight Champion, Kyle Bargy. We're going to be doing the commentary over this Pro-Am card at the Shipyard. Bunch of great fights. Like I said, professional fights, amateur fights, good matchups. It's going to be a good show. So October 25th, remember that. Mark it down. Get out there and watch that show in Salina at the Shipyard.
Yeah, go sailing with those boys at the Shipyard. Then, after that, we bring you some boxing, pro boxing, amateur kickboxing, November 8th. Couple weeks, or maybe it's just a week. I can't remember. I don't know how the dates work. 2 weeks afterwards, or 3. I don't remember. But after that, November 8th, we're going to have Carnage Fight Series Ring Wars. And that's going to be exciting. It's going to be in Fostoria, Ohio. If you can't make it, you can catch it right here on Carnage Media. You can catch that at carnagemediappv.com for your pay-per-view link. And any articles that Kevin or Clayton writes, you can also catch those there. Clayton just had an article come out not too long ago talking about, I'm trying to remember, somewhere in Germany.
Octagon.
Yeah. And he has a great article over there. So go over there, check it out, read it. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else here, boys. Other than it was great seeing you guys again this Wednesday. Wade, tell them, where can they find you, buddy?
Wednesday's here with the boys, and you won't see me, but I'll be behind the sticks. If you're watching any of the YouTube videos here on YouTube, all the prior fights, you go to carnagemediappv.com and stay tuned to all our latest fights that we're going to be covering. I'll be the one behind the screen of it all. Connor, where can they find you?
Like Wade said, as always, every Wednesday, you'll catch me here talking all things MMA, boxing, pro wrestling, whatever it is going on in the combat sports scene. We talked about October 25th. Catch me on commentary in Salina, Ohio at the Shipyard for Ego Fight Series. You can always follow me on Instagram, i.am_Connor Smith. And then, like I say it all the time, but eventually, probably the beginning of 2026, I'll be getting back into the cage, fighting again. And I gotta say, shout out to my good friend and teammate in Carnage Fight Series, former fighter Anthony Swartz. I'll be going to his wedding this Saturday where he's getting married. So congratulations to Anthony, and I will see you this Saturday.
Absolutely. Congrats. And as for me, make sure you turn those notifications on because we've got Benchmark Pro Wrestling coming, another full show for you, as well as some individual matches coming. Even the baseline, we got a little bonus match in the mix for you. So if you are a fan of pro wrestling, I don't just say this because I work with them, but Benchmark Pro Wrestling is doing some really cool stuff, some great matches, and some compelling storylines. So give that a view if you're into that sort of thing, and be on the lookout for more pro wrestling content right here on Carnage Media YouTube channel.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Adios.